Hello, Greta. This is a personal message out to you, Greta Van Susteren, and forgive me if I pronounced your name incorrectly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for your sincerity and for getting it, because you get it. You are calling upon people to stand with Israel just as Israel stands with you. You're calling upon America. You're calling upon the world to stand with Israel as we're experiencing this horrible terror. Thank you, Greta. Thank you for getting it. It is so sad that you are a lone voice. Where are all the other politicians and journalists calling in no uncertain terms to stand strong with Israel? We are on the same side. When anything happens around the world, we say we stand with you in America, in Paris, in Spain, in England, anywhere. Israel is out there. Any disaster going on in the world, Israel is there. We are standing with you. And yet, when terror happens to Israel, the world is just about silent. It's hardly in the press. We are terrorized. We are murdered by horrible, radical Muslim terrorists, and the world is almost silent, and the media hardly reports it, and many media and journalists misreport it. Terrorists, CNN, with quotation marks. Seriously, CNN? There are so many horrible cases of misreporting when it comes to Israel. But you, Greta, you get it. And thank you, Greta. Thank you so very much. Now, I'm going to give over a message right now to you, Greta, that you might not hear that much. But this is it. And if I surprise you, then I surprise you. Even with the horrible terror we go through here in Israel, that we experienced last night, and that we experience, unfortunately, a lot of times from the radical Muslims here in our homeland, killing innocent Jews, shooting, stabbing, other things. We have experienced so much. But let me tell you something, Greta. I am so proud to be a Jew living in the Jewish national homeland today. And I'm so blessed because we are a blessed generation. This is the best generation ever to be a Jew, and to be a Jew living in the Jewish national homeland of Israel. For thousands of years, the Jewish people were persecuted. We were exiled by the Romans back in the 1st century. For over 2,000 years, we've been living in exile, majority of us. We've always had a Jewish presence here in our holy land, in our homeland, but majority of us were in exile. We were never safe in exile. In Christian Europe, in the Middle Ages, even in the Middle East, Jews were never safe. We were never able to protect ourselves. We were always at the mercy of our host countries, the host rulers. Jews were never totally safe, maybe for a few years, and then that safety disappeared. But today, the Jewish people, we have our homeland. Not only do we have our homeland, we have our own army to protect ourselves. We have never lived in a better generation as Jews, and to have our own homeland with our own army. We are blessed. So I like to put things in perspective, Greta. The terror we are experiencing is horrible. No people should experience the terror that is against us. No people. And it is sad whenever we lose lives to terror. And even the wounded, they don't get as much press. But their lives and the lives of their family are ultimately changed forever because of their injuries. There are so many people who have been affected by the horrible terror. But with it all, we are a blessed generation. And I say thank you, God, for allowing me to live today as a Jew and as a proud Jew in my national homeland, and to be a proud soldier in the Israeli Defense Forces to protect my people that I have not been, that my parents, grandparents, great-grandparents never had the chance to do. We are a blessed generation. Now on to my next statement. I pray for you, Greta. I pray for you and for Americans and for Europeans and for everyone else in the world. Because we here in Israel, we know what we're up against, and we know how to fight it. Sometimes our leaders make decisions that many of us think is not enough, and we're not doing the right things. But overall, we know what we're up against, and we know how to fight it. But European leaders, and American leaders and many of your fellow journalists, you have no clue that what we're experiencing is coming to you. And the only way you're going to be able to defend yourselves and protect the freedoms that you enjoy today is if you become proud and strong to stand up and defend the freedoms you have today. So my prayer is that, Greta, you continue doing everything you can do to help Americans wake up, so that Americans can be proud and strong to protect the freedoms of Americans and protect the freedoms of freedom-loving people around the world. And you should know, we here in Israel, we are your partners to support you in protecting your freedoms. We're already on the front line protecting freedoms for the freedom-loving world. We're here, we're already doing it, whether Americans and Europeans realize it or not. But Americans and Europeans must wake up and start realizing what they are up against to protect yourselves, to protect your freedoms. And you have a partner in the Israeli people and in the Jewish state of Israel. So again, Greta, thank you so much for getting it. Thank you so much for your support of Israel and for totally understanding the situation and for bringing that message to fellow Americans who listen to you and trust how you report. And I only hope more and more reporters and journalists start listening to how you're reporting, so they could be reporting the truth about Israel and the Middle East to everyone listening in the American media. So Greta, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From beautiful Jerusalem, speaking as an American Israeli Jew, living in my Jewish national homeland. And we are here to support you, Greta. Once again, thank you very much, and keep on spreading the truth and standing together with the people of Israel as we stand together with you.